Well, I suppose I don't really need OBS open. I could just minimise it. Okay, so I now have no view of any of the cameras, so you'll have to alert me in the chat if I do something stupid to block one. Yes, if you pass me the set, Rachel, thank you. It's weird. I keep on wanting to look to check that I'm in frame, but
and you'll have to let us know if we've suddenly wandered out of shot.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you to my sister for this lovely set. It was actually a thank you gift from her for helping her out sorting out her video efforts. It has got a very nice official Ferrari thing. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know quite the best way to open it without destroying the box. So I do like to try and save the boxes if I can, but the smaller ones, they tend to not be made such that it's easy to do. Whereas the big boxes, they clearly intend you to save them because they have like those cereal box closures on them. We shall do it in true YouTube style and use a big knife. That's the way you open boxes on YouTube, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, I think this is probably quite a modest knife by the standards. It's not like a huge American hunting knife that you often see, or a samurai sword. So, bricks for me, and the sticker sheet, and the instructions, and the box for Rachel, because I wouldn't want to be cheating by looking at the image of the box. Okay, so we've got some interesting pieces. I'll just do my usual thing of... Oh, actually, I won't lay out bag 2 first, because that's probably going to come second, isn't it?
Possibly. I've not opened the instructions yet. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, you can... Well, you might as well open them up, have a little look. I'm just getting my pieces out. My habit is to put the smaller pieces off to the right hand side and the big pieces off to the left.
I bet you can guess what we're starting with.
No, the black funny shaped piece.
A little Lego minifigure, of course.
Lego minifigure, of course. Okie dokie. There we go. Oh, yes, he's got a nice Ferrari branded t-shirt.
So, are we going for... It's a blue pair of legs?
I don't need you to identify the minifigure pieces to me. There's only one.
Ferrari branded t-shirt with jacket. Little stubbly face.
And I like the ones with 2 faces. He's got smiling face and more serious face.
Oh, well, he also has a choice of headgear.
Oh.
He can wear his black helmet with its little clear visor.
I shall locate the clear visor, yeah. Or his fantastic afro. That's brilliant hair.
Some funky hair.
You never see sort of like curly hair, isn't it?
Yeah. Which obviously you can't get on under his helmet.
No.
And
so
he also has a spanner.
Okay, let's pop his... Oh, I always put the visors on the wrong way up.
Get it right for that protection.
Okay. Can we make him hold on to his helmet? No.
Gotta trap his hand in the visor.
Yeah.
He can hold on.
I think that is the only way to do it.
So the set number for this one, Gaz, is 76895.
Oh, it's not just Gaz. We've got at least 2 other people viewing.
It was Gaz who'd asked.
Oh, I see. Gaz had asked, had he? Yes, I should
do a bit of following in the Lego app.
Ah. Okay, what was the other thing you said he had? Oh, a spanner. Okay.
He should definitely be able to hold in his hand.
Yeah. And
so that's that done.
I was just... Have we got a base plate around?
They all got moved away.
Oh, they did. Yeah, give me that bench. That's nice. Here we go. I don't know whether this is in shot. but we'll sit him down here on this little bench. I like to have the minifigures sit there and oversee the construction of their vehicles. I don't do much actual play with the Lego, but I do have little fantasies like that they are little real people who want to see their car constructed. Okie dokie, next stage.
Okay, so it's really...
Oh, we didn't set a time limit.
Oh, we didn't set a time limit. We've not properly started. Minifigures.
Yeah, minifigure doesn't really count. They're not challenging. Okay, so I reckon half an hour, 40 minutes?
67 pages.
67 pages. Okay, so we probably... I think 40 minutes would be on easy mode, and half an hour is probably a bit harder. I'd be confident I'd be able to complete the build in half an hour if I were looking at the instructions. I'm not so confident with description method for the first time. So let's what do you reckon? Gaz, you got a view?
Or anyone else in the chat?
Or anyone else if you want to join in the chat, yeah. He's the only active chatter.
So yes, I think we want as long as possible.
We want as long as possible.
But maybe we'll...
There's your phone for the timer.
Okay. Yes, I think we should probably go for, what did you say, 40 minutes?
I thought 40 minutes was realistic but achievable. Half an hour seems like it's going to be quite a challenge, but you never know. It's really hard to know doing it for the first time, isn't it?
Depends how much chatter we have as well. Or how much you just get.
Right. Took someone 63 minutes looking at a review.
Maybe we should go 40 minutes and see how we're doing.
Okay, we'll go to 4. I might have to have a wee. Sorry, we've been streaming so long. Before we've even started, I have to have a break. Oh, thank you for the research, Gaz. I think you may have become my official mod. Thanks to the mods in the chat.
Okay.
You have chat moderators. I'll have to make you a member of the channel or whatever, and then you can. If I ever get to the point where I have randoms in the chat who are being unruly, you can keep them in order. Right,
because of course that would normally be my kind of job. Not that we have anyone being rude or abusive in the chat at any of our streams previously. I say our streams, of course, they've always been Keir's before. I've just been, enjoying them myself from the living room. But yes, exciting to get involved today. Hopefully, if it took someone 63 minutes to do this, hopefully we won't annoy each other too much in the process. And that's it, we can keep it light-hearted fun. But yes, even just looking at this first page, I don't know how I'm going to describe some of these pieces. I feel like there's lots of bits with strange holes that could be mistaken for other bits with strange holes. So who knows what we'll end up with. Maybe it'll be a Ferrari, maybe it'll look more like the dump truck at the end of it. Maybe we'll just spend all the time looking for pieces and not being able to work it out. But hopefully it's a bit of entertainment for everybody, whatever happens. And yes, we'll get going.
Okie dokie. Have you got the timer set up?
I have.
Do you want to put that here so it's still visible, given the book's quite small?
I don't know what it means.
I'll double check.
Oh.
Yep, that's nicely in view. It might be better if you swap them. Sorry?
I said, is all of the book in view?
It is.
Still.
Indeed. That's it nicely there. No. Never mind.
I'm sure you'll hear the timer go off anyway.
I just thought we'd try and set it so it was
more visible.
Yeah, a bit more straight on.
Okay.
Okay, I think we are ready to go. I shall minimise the screen. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Quick as we can then.
Okay. So the first piece is kind of flat, really weird shaped and black.
Big black chassis piece.
Yeah. And then you've got one of the thin plates that's like a 1x2 that's got a little weird circle knobble in the top.
1x2 weird circle knobble in the top. This is going to be hard.
So they're great. There's two.
Is it like it's a handle?
No, so it's like a flat plate.
Yeah.
That's just two across.
But
then it's got like a single circle bit that sticks up.
Oh yes, right. Okay, I know the piece you mean.
So you want two of those, and then in your black piece, they want to go. I think there's like a dip in the middle of that piece.
Yep.
And they want to go on the right hand side, one in the top left, or one in the top corner, one in the bottom corner.
And are they orientated along the length of the piece or at a right angle?
They are going. Oh, so if you've got the piece, so it's wide.
I have the piece currently, so it's widest horizontal to my appearance.
Yeah. So then the little pieces want to go down the edge, so there should be like one little circle in between the two of them.
So the first piece is in the top left corner, you said?
Sorry.
As I look at it? No,
so top right.
Top right.
And it's going from the top right and then one down.
Okay, so it's arranged vertically.
Yeah. And then you have a little gap, and then the other piece
goes in the bottom right.
Yeah.
Okay. This is going to take a lot of time. That should have been a 15-second operation at most. You know, if I were doing it normally.
So the next piece is 1, 2, 3, 4.
We should have had some consultation about what the pieces are called. Is it a 4x1 black?
So it's flat piece that's 4x1, and then it's got two little bits that stick up at the end that are kind of angled.
4x1 flat, two little bits that stick up the end that are angled.
Yeah, so if you turned it upside down, it would be a bit like a bridge.
So it's curved and smooth on top rather than knobbly?
No, it's knobbly. So it's got...
What colour is it?
It's black.
It's black. Oh, this is going to be really, really fucking hard. I did not appreciate how... Is it actually dark grey and 4x1 with two deep 2x1s at either end?
No.
Okay.
Pop that bit on one side.
Yeah.
We want that next.
Okay. Can you try and describe it again to me?
Yes. So it's like you've got two normal size 1 bricks, so just a 1 and a 1, that have been cut in half. So they are angled, and then it goes down to like a flat piece that goes 1, 2, 3, 4 across in the middle. We also want...
Is it the sort of thing that might be a right angle to support some lights?
Yes.
Okay, and it's black?
Yes.
And it's 2 rather than 4?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4 across.
With 2 at a right angle?
And then one thing at one end and one thing at the other end that are that are angled.
I just cannot find a piece that seems to match that description.
Okay, well we also need 2 little yellow circle pieces.
Okay, I've got those. I may have to cheat.
So there's
we should find a punishment for when I can't identify the brick Rachel's on about.
Let's try again. So there's a piece that is...
I'm so close to just turning around and looking.
It's like a flat 1x4. It's like a plate 1x4. But then on either end, it's got a slightly taller.
Did it say whether we're on bag 1 or bag 2? Because it might be that it's just in bag 2.
I think it's bag 1.
Okay. I've got I've got a piece that's two. That seems to match.
With two bits.
No, I've got a 2 by 1 with a right angle bit. I've got.
Maybe right angle's not the way to describe it. It's not. It's 45-degree angle. Okay. Am I allowed to look further through the book?
Yeah, you can look ahead. Oh, I might have it. No, is it flat on top? You said it wasn't flat on top.
No, it's not flat on top.
That's far too small anyway. I'm just going to start. It appears through the other bag.
Where it's going.
Is it like it's cut off?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the other bag.
Well, I feel like Lego has 2 cutters there. It definitely says bag 1 for all the viewers at home. Bag 1 is marking this spot. Not told us
So
a different bag, but...
Is it like it's a corner that's been cut off another piece? Oh no, that's not right. I've just made it more difficult by getting out other stuff now.
Oh no.
I've got a white one that came close to the description but isn't it?
So it might help if I tell you where it's going.
Yeah, okay.
So you're...
Oh, hang on. I think it is dark grey and it was in the other bag. I think it's this piece for the people at home. Fucking Lego! And is that going on those 2 things?
No, it's... So the side where you've put the grey flat bits...
Yep.
The bit that sticks out... to the right of that.
Yep.
It's going underneath, not the very end.
But not quite at the end, okay. Fucking Lego, that's really pissed me off. It's to the point that I'm going to have to make a cigarette. Sorry, it's just...
Yeah, Lego's working against us here.
Do you want to pause the timer?
Oh, yes, I will pause the timer. And I will also try and get it so that my screen does not lock. So you can all continue to see the timer.
I can't believe that.
Which, yes, I'm not always very good with a phone. So I just need to find where it is. Go. Keep screen turned on. Okay, so hopefully you'll continue to be able to see that. Hopefully Lego won't throw any more challenges our way.
Well, I'm just going to have all the bags out now.
This does make it, well, yes, of course, it's Keir's just shouting through from the other room. If you can't hear him, we're going to have all the bags open now. So hopefully that should make it a little bit easier. Like I do make it quite hard working out from the instructions what's black and what's grey.
Yes, I always
they seem to be exactly the same colours in the book. Well, yeah, and then moving through the book, it looks like they've got 3 colours for black and grey. So
yeah, the black versus dark grey is always a challenge. I always struggle with that when I'm looking at the instructions. But them saying this is in bag 1 and then putting it in bag 2 is just mean.
It is mean. Wouldn't normally matter, of course, if you're doing it and being able to see everything.
Yeah, that's it. And no, yes, this definitely isn't in the bag.
It's not there.
Right, but the good describing, Rachel, good describing. I knew precisely that that was the right brick as soon as I could see it.
Good.
So,
am I restarting the timer?
Yes, let's restart the timer. Okay. I'm now smoking and calmer. Have you put anything in the chat, Gaz? Because it's not updating. But I don't know. Yeah, you may not have been saying anything.
Everyone may have just been enjoying our frustrations.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not getting involved. Okay, so is that piece in situ now?
Mm-hmm.
And has it got its 2 yellow bits?
No, because you didn't tell me, but do they go on either end?
They do. They go on top of the piece that you've just attached.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so then you want a piece that is kind of similar to that challenging one. This is a 2 by 4. Again, it's flat, but then on either end, making it a 6.
Oh yeah, it's the one you talked about before.
Yeah.
It's for holding the wheels, probably.
Yes. So that piece then wants 2 kind of browny, goldy
so
axles putting into it.
Okay.
I think they're
Beige,
outdoors.
and they're going in cross size in.
That's correct.
Okay.
Cross-sided. And then you want to attach that to the previous piece you've just attached, so it's right on the end of the original chassis.
Adjacent to the yellow and
Yes,
grey pieces, and so it sticks out a little bit.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then we want a blue flat 1x4.
Yeah.
And a grey 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1.
Yep.
So the 6 by 1 that's grey is going over the top of the 2 bits that you put in the divot.
Okay. Yep.
And the blue one then goes. So where you've got the 2 yellow bits, not in the middle of those, but one across to the left.
Okay. Done.
So then you should have 2 little black ones on either side of that blue piece.
Yes.
Left available. Lovely. Okay, so then, I don't know how long this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think it's a flat black 1 by 5. It's like a smooth top.
And is it flat one?
Yeah, smooth topped.
I've got 6.
It might be a 6.
Yeah, I think it must be the 6.
So it got 5 things when you turn it upside down.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Yes, because then you want to attach 6 things to it. So it's 6 black, what I always think look like little lanterns.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Yeah, with the sort. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So just line those up, all facing the same way, so that if you then stood those pieces up, the flat bit would be on the side, not the top. Makes sense?
No, that's not articulate enough.
So
the bit that's sticking out at the bottom of it is the foot of the lantern.
Okay.
How's that interacting? Is that locking around the main flat piece, or is it perpendicular to the main flat surface?
So if you have the flat piece laid down with the flat piece on the table, so you can attach the bits to it.
Yeah.
The foot hooks round the back end of it.
So yeah.
So you've got the square.
So they're connecting on the face of the lantern.
Yes.
Okay, I did have them in the wrong orientation, so that was worth clarifying.
That's some interesting bits.
Okay, so where's this going, or is it? Am I
so
just putting it
you're
aside?
just making that for now.
Okay.
So then you want a flat 1 by 2 that's red.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 weird looking pieces. So I think this is making like the front grill of the car.
Okay. And are they a right angle adapter type weird looking piece? Are they a 4 square weird looking piece? Do you want to try and?
Yeah. So they're kind of like a 1 by 1 that's flat and thin.
Yeah.
Like a plate, but then they've got extra little.
A little flashing angle.
Things sticking out.
Yeah, I've got them.
So your 1 by the red piece has gone in the middle.
You didn't tell me where to put that. No. You just said I needed it.
Sorry, so that goes in the middle
of
the things are so hard. So if you've got the piece laid down, you've got the lantern bits with the square.
Right, that piece that I've put to one side.
Yeah. So,
there's only one layer level, one side to connect it on, so it's going in the middle, central. Okay.
Yeah. On the
and then where am I putting the angly piece?
So they're going on the far ends.
Yeah.
With the right angles sloping from the top down to the floor. So the narrow bit at the top, wider bit at the bottom.
Top down to the floor.
So on the left hand side.
So assuming I've left it in the same orientation with the flat smooth down on the table.
Yeah. So your 2 strange shaped pieces.
Yeah.
Are then attaching. So you've got.
So the long flat edge is down, matching the straight flat of the main piece.
Forget about the main piece.
No, so the piece in my hand that I'm describing as the main piece is the black flat with 6 lanterns attached.
Yeah.
If that's orientated with the flat towards me, am I putting the long edge of the red 1 by 45 degree towards me on the flat side, or away from me on the not flat side?
So you want to attach the red piece to the circular bobble bits that are the top of the lantern.
Yes.
And
the other piece on the same bit, but which orientation is it going? Is the angle towards me or away?
Oh, the angle's going away from the middle. I don't know, can I try and describe it how I
okay, start again.
Want to. So you've got one piece where the right angle.
We're not getting this done in 40 minutes.
Yeah. There's so it's got a right angle and then it's got a 45-degree angle.
Well, the piece I'm looking at has got two right angles, two 45-degree angles.
Okay.
So maybe I've got the wrong piece.
I don't know. It feels.
It sounds like it's the right piece, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, well, let's go for what may be easier.
So if we talk about it as if it's a square and a triangle.
Yeah.
And once they're smushed together.
Yeah.
The triangle's got a flat edge that matches the square.
Yeah.
And an angled edge that doesn't match the square.
Yeah.
Am I putting the flat edge that matches the square to match the flat face of this bit that I'm putting it on, or the other way around?
I think it's matching the flat face.
Okay. And there's one on the other end.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we haven't fucked that up.
So if you've now got the piece, the long flat bit should be laid on the table.
Okay.
You should have the red bit then facing towards you, and the two little black angled pieces.
Oh, they're supposed to be black. I thought they were red.
This is a red 1x2.
Yeah, I thought the other two pieces were red.
No, they're black.
This is a lost cause.
Well, we could try swapping if you'd like.
Yeah, I think so. Right, I think I found the pieces that you're on about. Now we've clarified what colour they are. I don't think, well, maybe you did, but I didn't hear you say they were black. So I found one piece that's the same shape as the other. Yeah, okay.
So I think they should be the technically for the reflection of each other.
They're not, they're just the other way around, I think.
They should be a reflection of each other.
They should be placed as a reflection of each other. Is that what I'm making?
Yes.
Right, let's move on. Sick of this step.
So there's then two grey pieces, light grey, that are circles, like cylinders. So maybe this is the back end of the car actually, and it's the exhaust.
Okay.
They're like one, yeah, just one single.
Okay, just a little cylinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
and they want
two
to
of those.
Yeah, one either side of your red flat bit, so in the gap.
Okay.
And then you've got a 1x2 that is smooth.
Oh, I suppose I better have a swig of my drink if we cheated.
And angled.
1x2, smooth. What colour is it? You always forget the colour.
It's black.
Right. 1x2, smooth, angled. Yeah.
So that's going on top of the red piece.
Okay.
With the widest bit at the top going down to the narrow bit at the bottom.
Okay.
Towards the flat, smooth piece. Okay, so then we want some red pieces. It's red. It's technically a 2x2
shape,
flat
yeah.
piece, but it's only got two
Knobbles. Yep.
And that's going in the middle of that piece. So it's going over the top of the angle. I think you need to stick the two bits that are the bobbles in the lantern.
Yeah, I see. I've got that.
Covers the black angled bit. And then you've got two red pieces that are one 1x2s that also then have an extra
little angle sticking on them. Yeah.
And they're going on either side of that red square.
And they actually are reflections of each other.
Yeah.
And they want to come out towards the square to smooth that.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, so then you've got a blue flat 1x4.
Yep.
You want 2 of those.
Okay, and are they just joining it all together? Oh no.
We need first 2 light grey 1x2s that are flat, but then at a right angle have a bit that hangs down and has some extra circles. Okay,
I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
So you're putting.
So it's 1x2 with another 1x2 stuck to it on the side, essentially.
Yeah. So one of the blue pieces is going underneath those 2, and one of the blue pieces is going on top to make a sandwich from those grey bits.
And I want 2 of those, do I?
Yes, 2 of the grey bits, 2 of the blue bits.
Okay. Okie dokie.
And that's attaching. I think they're kind of going into the bottom of the lanterns. They're essentially going on the.
So a right angle to the red pieces.
Yeah. So on the opposite side.
And are the grey dots going up or down? Sorry, towards the flat side or the red pieces?
So I think you want the blue bits sticking up and the
grey
bits attaching towards the red bit.
Okay, I think I've got that.
Okay.
When you say up, is that towards the flat side or the? Yeah, because it's not
being skywards
in the normal orientation of Lego. Okay.
Okay, so then you want to attach that piece to your main piece, the chassis.
How long's this taken us? At the back with the grey weird piece?
Yes.
Between the axles?
Between the axles.
Okay. We've now got a front and a back. Because that's the back of the car.
Okay. I feel like we should only have a back at the moment.
Well, yeah, but the other end's the front.
Yeah, just making sure.
Once you've defined the back, the front sort of defines itself.
So then, those grey pieces that we've just had, that were 2x1s with a right angle, we want 2 more of those, but that are only 1x1s.
Okay, yep.
And they are going next to your flat blue bits, the one flat blue bit that's got space next to it. So on your chassis, next to where your yellow lights are, one
on the piece that we've just attached.
So no, on the original chassis, your other blue piece.
Yeah.
That should have a spare.
Oh, I see. They're hanging over the side of the vehicle.
That's right.
Okay. Yep.
So
on either side.
One on either side with a little circle bit sticking out.
That's the only way they go.
Okay. So then we've got some similar pieces to those, but they're kind of the reverse and they're black. So it's a 1x1.
And I need 2 of those, do I?
I need 2 of those, and also 2 the same that are 2x1s.
And also black.
And also black.
Okay.
So your 2x1s are going on top of the piece that you've just placed. So kind of to put them in line with your yellow circles.
So they're orientated so the circly bits stick out to the side of the vehicle.
That's right.
Okay.
It's almost
either
like
side.
You're making tiny little seats in the car. So that's right. Either side, and then your other one.
The single ones.
Are going next to those.
On the grey piece.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. So then we want, I think it's a grey flat, but not smooth, 3x1. And then, it's like that black one we just had before, but a bit chunkier. So it's like
it's a single plate with a double plate stuck on it and side pieces.
Yeah, probably.
So it's like 1 thick on one section, and then it's 2 thick on the other section that's got the things on it. Yeah. Do I need 2 of those or just 1?
2 of those. So 2 of the 3x1 1s.
Right.
And 2 of the
Okay.
black ones. So your 3x1 that's flat, going on top of the pieces that you've previously just placed.
Oh, down either side.
So yeah, on top
Just
of those
joining them
pieces,
together.
That's right.
Okay.
And then the black pieces are going on top of the blue bit with the exhaust. They're going on top of the blue bit and the red bit. So the highest point.
The blue bit and the red bit.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of hang over. So you kind of attach them on your blue 4x1 with your bit that's got your chassis.
With a bit of an air gap.
Maybe.
And they're not really. They're just sort of.
Like kind of overhang.
Yeah.
The red bit.
So they're just sort of in line with the bumper.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So they go next to each other.
Yep.
So then we've got 2 light grey pieces that are kind of like steps.
Yep.
So it looks like a 4x2 going down to a 1x2. And they are kind of snuggling into pieces that you've just placed.
I
so
see.
On top
Yeah.
of the black one down into so they line up with
Yeah.
the blue.
Done.
So it's both of those, and then you want 2. Oh, it's like a proper Lego brick. You want a 6x. No, you want a 4x2.
I'll finish that cigarette really quickly. Proper Lego brick. Okay.
4x2 that's black.
Oh, dark grey.
Dark grey. And they are essentially covering up all that fun that we've just created. So again, on top of those, it's going to make it the same.
It's high up on the platform or down between the 2 yellows?
Down between the 2 yellows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then all of that piece
It's
is
nice
same
big
height.
flat, yeah.
Okay.
Big flat square.
Okay. So then we want
16.
2 red. What I'm going to describe as wheel arches.
Yep.
They've got like a 2x2.
Yeah, they're wheel
on the
arches.
top. And you're going to attach those over the
Where the wheels go.
Yep.
Remarkably
Hopefully
enough.
they snuggle in.
Yep,
just right.
that's nice.
And then you've got 2 black flat 1x4s.
Yep.
And they are going to attach those wheel arches
Along the grey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just done.
Yeah. See, this is why I thought it wouldn't be too challenges, because Lego does have patterns of construction.
Yes. And then you want 2 more of the little yellow circle pieces. You want to, well, they have rotated it now so I can see the exhaust piece again.
So that's facing you.
Yep.
Yep.
And they're going on the yellow. The yellow pieces are going on the red wheel arches. Kind of on that.
On the back 2 corners or down a step?
Down a step, so they're in line with the little black pieces
Yeah.
that are there.
Yeah. Makes that all level. Okay.
Oh, and then you've got a piece I've never seen before. It's red 1x4, but it's got a black smooth.
Oh yes, I know the
in the
piece.
middle.
Yeah.
You want 2 of those.
That's waiting for a number plate, presume. Oh, 2 of those. Okay. Oh, so they're going over the yellow pieces, are they?
No, the black pieces, bobbly bits that stick out on the angle. So you've got your yellow pieces and all the black bobbly bits in a line with them.
Yeah.
You don't want to attach it to them. You want to attach it to the
right angle.
Right angle.
Yep.
So yeah, you've got one on one side, one on the other side. So it should be that width of the car.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And so they're only connecting on those 2.
Yeah.
And then they're just sitting over the rest.
That's it.
Okay.
And at the moment, if there was a crash, it feels like this car would just split in 2.
It's got its chassis.
That's true. It'd be fine. If
This
there was a
doesn't
crash.
look very square, but yeah, that doesn't actually line up right. But I think it is. You know, I don't think we've gone wrong.
No.
I think it's just not quite matching for some reason. It's a bit of a cobble. Okay, next step.
So now we're making the number plate section.
Oh, I've been ignoring all the chat. Sorry. Do I think your dieting is straight? You keep on thinking my tray looks like a pizza. It does look a bit like a pizza, yes. Oh, Ben Matthew. Hello, welcome. Friend of Gaz's, I presume. Okay, right, sorry. Just
So,
doing the YouTubey bit of looking at the chat. What's
making the car registration section.
okay?
So you want a flat, smooth 1x2 that's red.
Flat, smooth 1x2.
Yeah.
And is it flat or has it got look like it might have a curve on it?
It's smooth, flat.
Flat, smooth.
So what do they call it? It's plate. A smooth plate.
Smooth plate,
That's
indeed.
just 2 across. And you're going to stick the little registration sticker onto it.
Let's look in the other bags. So it's red.
Yes.
And it's got no curvature. There we go. There's 3 altogether in a little cluster. So is that going on the middle over the black bit between the...
Piece, no, that's the piece that you want to stick the registration sticker onto.
Yeah.
Not. You don't have to do that now.
No, it's part of the thing. Okay.
So then we want 2 red pieces that are again these weird pieces. So it's just like a 1 square that's flat. That's then got an angle bit that's sticking up.
I'm still sticking the sticker on, Rachel.
Okay, sorry.
This is always the most difficult bit of Lego for me, and always has been.
Yeah, I can't see you, I'm afraid.
Well,
just the back of you.
So it's far more difficult than any other aspect. Eli, if he were watching, would agree. Okay, that's stuck on. Where am I putting the piece?
So you're not putting it anywhere yet.
Okay.
You want 2 pieces that are red. That's a flat plate. That's just a 1. That's got the little right angle bit sticking up again.
Okay. I want 2 of those.
You want 2 of those.
Yeah.
And they are going round the number plate so that it
Do the knobbles that stick out go off either side, left and right of it?
Yes.
Okay.
They do. And then you want 2 red pieces that are, I think it would just be a 1x1. It's smooth, but rather than being a full piece, it's angled again, about 45 degrees.
So it's just like a little corner
like a
flat
tiny,
piece.
Yeah, tiny little red.
And is it
corner.
straight or curved? The cut off side?
It's straight.
1x1 little corner angle flat plate.
Yeah, I think so.
I've got a slopey one.
Yeah, it's slopey.
Oh right, okay. And I want 2 of those to go on either end.
That's right.
Are they going?
The widest bit at the top, going down to the narrowest bit at the bottom.
Okay. Yep, I think I've got that right.
And then you are attaching that to the centre back piece in between the 2 exhaust pipes.
On the 2 red knobbles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the black bit sticking
that's
out
done.
the side.
Oh, black bit sticking out the side.
Oh
yes, no, I know what you mean. Yes.
So then you want a dark grey 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6x1 that's flat. And that's going on top of your little yellow, excuse me, yellow circles and the rest of that bit.
Just tie it all together.
Yep. And then just behind that piece, you want a yellow 2x4.
Yep.
That kind of goes in between the red bits. And then those pieces that I found really hard to describe earlier that I think are reflective. So it's red, they're curved now, I believe. It's 1x1 flat, smooth, curved.
You know those pieces I really struggled to describe earlier doesn't narrow it down much, Rachel.
Yeah, sorry, viewers in the chat. If
so, is it the pieces that go either side were black and went either side of the exhausts?
Yes.
Okay,
Those
and they're
bits
red
that
this
red.
time.
Yeah.
And they're not a reflection of each other. Oh, well, then maybe they are. Yeah, maybe they are. Okay.
Otherwise, it would be 2 of the same piece, but
yeah, all right, fair enough.
So they are going on the back near the number plate. On the
There's those 2 little dots that are left.
Red bits, yeah.
And are they going wide at the bottom or wide at the top?
So they're kind of fitting in, so it's wide at the top, angled at the bottom, so it's kind of square on the outside, and the angle fits in with the black piece of the same thing. Okay, so one on each side, and then we want a black, it is black, flat 2x4. So where your yellow piece is in the back, so that piece is, let's say that piece is horizontal, so the black piece wants to go vertical in next to or just above the yellow bit.
In the middle.
Yes.
So it's travelling along the length of the vehicle.
That's right.
And leaving a big air gap underneath.
Maybe it should be over the top of, no, it should be over the top of your black grey pieces.
So it's going perpendicular to the yellow piece.
Yes.
But on the dark grey piece that's adjacent to that.
So
above it in the orientation you're describing
it's kind of hard to tell. So it might be floating above it, to be honest.
Is it extending out towards the 1x6 or whatever that's buried further down in the build? Am I travelling towards the front of the vehicle with it?
Yes.
Okay, I think it's floating.
Okay. Excuse me. Then you want...
Is it on the yellow or not at all?
No, it's not on the yellow.
Yeah, it must be floating there. Okay.
So then you want two more of those red square flat pieces that are 2x2, but they've got two of the bobbles missing.
Oh yes, I know what you mean.
So you want two of those.
Okay.
And then you also want, that are also red, almost the same pieces, but with a 45-degree angle chopped off of the smooth bit.
So they're a smooth curve going up? No, they're all flat on top.
Flat. It's like a flat 1x2.
Flat 1x2.
And then it's got an extra little triangle that's just smooth. And there should be a reflection of each other.
Oh, and I need two of those.
Yeah. So it's one that goes one way, one that goes the other. So the two bits that are square are going either side of that black piece that you just placed, and you want the smooth bits on the outside and the bobbly bits next to the bobbly bits of the black one.
Okay.
And then the angled ones are going underneath that, so their bobbly bits would line up with the yellow bobbly bits. And the angles.
No, you need to articulate that better. Underneath that, further towards the back?
Yes. So it's one back, so they're next to the yellow, so they're in between the yellow piece and the red square piece that you've just placed.
They're not going on top of the red squares of the wheel arches?
No. They should be closer to the front than that, and probably on top of whatever's underneath. Yeah.
So they're further to the forwards than the pieces I've just placed?
No.
Are they on top of the pieces I've just placed?
No.
Are they on the wheel arches in any fashion?
No.
There's no other options.
No.
There's in front of them. There's on top of them. There's on the wheel arches altogether. There's on the wheel arches just a little bit.
So
there's on the black piece.
They might be attached to the. It's really hard to see. They might be attached to the black piece, but not the black, not the flat black piece that you just placed.
Okay.
Black. So you've got the.
So the two sides of the vehicle.
There are two. Yeah. So where there's the two sides and you've got all these bobbly bits sticking out at the right angle.
Yeah.
You don't want to attach it to those.
Okay.
But you do want to attach it on top of that.
Okay.
So you should have the square piece on top of the two that are closest to the front of the car. And then
the angle sticking out towards the pieces that I've just done.
Yeah.
But sticking out from the side of the car then?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Tucked in. Okay, okay. And they're actually only connecting on one blob. That can't be right. Unless something else comes in to stabilise them in a minute. I feel like we've missed an important piece. There should be another fucking brick here.
I don't know if I don't think I've skipped pages.
I think there needs to be this brick
But maybe we
here.
put something in the wrong place.
So when going back to the black 8 piece, flat plate, 8 bubbles, 4x2.
Oh yeah, 4x2.
When we were placing that,
Yeah.
the furthest to the front 4 bubbles, did they appear to be connecting onto another dark grey piece? Could there have been 2 4x2 dark greys in that dip of the chassis? Because that would then make it solid if I put this other piece in here.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've got 2 grey flat, like 4x2s.
Yeah, I think that's the problem.
But
You
then
missed
I
a
think
brick.
The black flat one goes on top of.
Yeah, and then all this
as well.
other stuff connects much better. Okay, we just missed 1 brick. And now it all makes much more sense. Okay, carry on.
Okay, so all those red pieces are in now.
Yep.
Are they? Okay, so then we want a red 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1x8. It's red and flat. And that's going on the back of the car.
All the way across.
Yeah, covering up that grey bit. And then you want 2 red 1x1s that are flat.
Okay.
And they're going on the other bit of wheel arch that's currently uncovered.
And they're definitely flat and not at an angle.
Yeah, like a red square, 1 by. Yeah, just a 1.
1 by 1.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing them.
They're not smooth on top.
Oh,
They're just flat.
right. So that's our 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
What do you think? Should we swap or?
I don't know. Are we getting into it a bit more now?
I feel like we're doing
Yeah.
better. How about people in the chat? Have you got a view? Do we set another timer? Do we call it a failure? I've exploded.
I think if
we should have had a explosion sound for the timer.
If people doing this normally took 60 odd minutes,
We should at least give ourselves 2 hours. At this fucking rate, we would definitely need to be twice the amount of time anyone else is to, you know, normal.
Yeah.
Minimum. Okay. This was definitely more of a challenge than I'd anticipated. Do you want to just flip the instructions over? Not that I can really see it, it's very tiny. Okay, I think I'm going to have another little break now. I don't know how Rachel feels, but I've run out of drinks and I could do with going to the loo. What about you, Rachel? Are you alright? Do you want to sit here and keep people entertained, have a chat?
I can sit here and chat.
Gaz reckons we should just keep on going and set a new timer for another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Which I think is reasonable.
I'm
going to switch to just
certainly
having
do that.
vodka.
I don't know where all the rest of the vodka is.
Must be down there somewhere.
I wasn't sure where you put all the things that had been here.
Was there vodka in that?
I don't know.
No, I think I've taken the vodka out. I mean, it shouldn't be something we're short of, should it? Oh dear.
Not vodka generally. We've got lots of flavoured vodka though.
We have got
Not
a lot
much.
of
Not much
flavoured
that's
vodka.
just plain.
Sorry?
We don't have much that's just plain.
Oh, plain. I thought you said watch out, it's just plain for some reason.
No.
Okay, let's see. I'll have some spiced rum instead then.
Yeah, so Gaz, with you saying you think we need another 30 minutes at least, I know we did spend a lot of time looking for a piece that wasn't in the bag. We are currently on step 24, or we've just completed step 24 in a positive.
Okay, so about a third of the way through.
And there are a total of 82 steps.
Oh, I thought it was 63 for some reason.
There was 60 odd pages.
Ah.
So yes, I think 30 minutes would be very optimistic.
I think
but
maybe
we're
we give
certainly cracking on
ourselves
a bit
another
more now.
hour then.
yes, maybe we could give it another 30 minutes and see if Keir fancies swapping over. I'm always happy just being the disposal expert.
That's it. It's our normal role, isn't it? You're the expert on the tech.
But yes, that's it. I'm enjoy being the one in control, the one with the power. Don't know. But yes, I like to think I can communicate clearly. Clearly, that's not always the case, but I do my best. It's really difficult, isn't it, when someone can see the pieces and you can't see the pieces, so you don't know what they may be looking at that's very similar to what you're describing, but is nothing actually like the piece that you're describing. So yes, it's interesting. I just had a little sneak peek at the pieces there, but I suppose that doesn't really matter because all the pieces are in the book anyway, so that's not really cheating. Excuse me. But yes, I can't see what he's made so far, so there's been no confirmation as to how well we're doing with that or not. But it sounds like we're getting there now. Just I need to make sure to say colours, or maybe in the chat let me know if I am saying the colours and Keir's just not hearing them. But I'm sure that's it. I'm just getting carried away and excited, or carried away by not being sure how to describe the piece, and so focusing on that and forgetting all about the colour, because they're all quite boring colours so far, mostly grey and black. Although I do think I have now worked out Lego's code for what is grey or what is black. I think the black pieces are highlighted with a little bit of white as well, to denote that they're black, rather than the grey pieces that are just various shades of grey. And being Lego, I'm sure they have got up to 50 shades now, because they have a ridiculous amount of different Lego for all the various experts and techniques and just everything. It's bonkers. And yes, of course, I have memorised Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes bomb manual, which does make it much easier when doing that. There's certain times where it's like, oh, well, I know from my memory that if this is the case, then you just press the button and it's fine. But yes, much harder and less familiar with the Lego pieces. For anyone else who has played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, there is a game with symbols. It's really interesting playing with new people or watching other people play, and seeing how they describe the pieces, because it feels like we worked out a good code, or certainly after the first time we played it, we worked out what the different bits were. Is it a pig's tail? Is it a weird E? Things like that. Is it a swirl? And so we kind of know what we're doing with that. But when we're doing it with Lego, and I've not done any Lego for a very long time, it does make it much more challenging. So I think I know a plate, and that's about it. Yeah, they have Lego bricks, and they have weird pieces, as you will probably have noticed, has been my description of quite a lot of the pieces. It's just a weird piece. It's a weird piece like that previous weird piece, but it goes the other way now, which I know Keir's really enjoying in my descriptions. You can see his face, you can probably tell just how much he's enjoying them.
Yeah, I had said before, when we'd been contemplating this as a concept, that we would have to have a conversation about what the different pieces were called, what the proper names were, and try and do a bit of research so we could have some shared language about it. But I didn't. Given I didn't manage to have the sound organised or the stream launched on time, it's not a terrible surprise that we weren't that well prepared, is it?
Well, and that does also kind of feel a little bit like
it's preparatory homework. This is
get to enjoy and learn with us.
Yeah, I'll not stick myself in your camera and trying to let you show on mine. Thank you again for the graphic, Gaz. I'm really pleased with it, and I think I'm content with this layout. I finickered it, but I didn't have very long. This was all put together in the... I started arranging the scenes and stuff about 5 to 6, so that was the delay, was me actually making sure we had some camera views to use. Okay. We've had some people drop in and out of the thing.
So what timer am I going for? Am I going for 30 minutes?
Yeah, I think we'll go for 30 minutes, and then maybe we'll swap. And see how we get on. I felt like there was something else I was going to do, but it's gone. Okay. So I've got a drink, I've got a cigarette.
Went to the toilet.
Okay. All things covered. Oh, just look at the camera again. And there we go. I'll try and get you actually in focus. Thank you.
Sorry, viewers at home.
Yeah, it wasn't diabolical, but...
Not a moment more for getting in focus. So are we starting?
Yeah.
Okay. So back to it. So it's black, it's flat, it's a 2x4.
It's black, it's flat, it's 2x4. So it's a smooth plate, flat plate.
It's flat, but it's not smooth.
Okay. You see, you keep on describing the plates as flat, and I can always hear it as smooth. I am going to open this bag. What did you say? What size is it?
2x4.
Oh, 2x4, right, okay, yes.
So that's going on the back in between the 2 wheel arches.
Okie
I think we'll
dokie.
then raise all of that back
Over the yellow.
level. There should be a black bit already over the yellow.
Oh.
No, yes, this is the piece that's covering up the yellow.
Okay.
Sorry, it's on a new page. So then they are, so it's another of these strange pieces. So it's a 2x2, but one end's slightly higher than the other. And it's got 2 bobbly bits sticking out the side of the higher
How
bit.
many of those do I need?
You want 4 of those.
Okay.
And they're going on top of the red bits that aren't the back. So these flat pieces that are smooth and bobbly and angled.
Oh, right, down the 2 sides where we struggled
So
with the orientation.
Yeah, so these black
And
pieces are going on top of the red bobbles, with the black bobbles sticking out to the sides.
Yep, that's done.
Okay, and then you want another black 2x4 that's flat but not smooth.
But not the same as those.
No.
It doesn't have the right angle piece.
No,
Oh, 2x4, 2x4, yeah. No, and that's going in between to level it.
Yeah.
Done.
Someone's been looking at the instructions.
I have not been looking at the instructions. I've not got the screen up. I just know.
I was only teasing.
They don't know that.
See me smiling. Hope you no. So then we want a smooth, flat, black 2x2.
Smooth, flat, black 2x2. So it's a flat square, yeah.
Yeah. And that's going kind of above where the number plate is. It's on that back red piece in the middle. So
Also on the black a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you want 2 angled, straight, 1x1s that's black.
Straight 1x1. Okay.
And
when you say straight, do you mean smooth?
I mean not curved.
Ah. But they are also smooth.
They are also smooth. So they are going. So if your square piece was a little face, these bits being the ears.
Okay.
So actually, let's do this other piece first. So you've got a clear, flat, smooth 2x1.
Yep.
That's going above the black square bit. In the same sort of,
it matches.
So
the sides are even.
Yeah, that's it. And then your 2 little angled bits are going either side of your clear bit.
with their high
the
end.
high end towards the middle of the car and the low end towards the back of the car.
The high end towards towards the front of the car. Sorry, I viewed the middle as being the centre line. I was gesturing. You couldn't see that, but yeah, I think I understand.
Okay.
They're in.
So then we want 2 flat but not smooth red 2x1s.
2 flat red 2x1. Yep.
And they are going
Either side of the square?
no, on the edge above the wheel arches. So they would be in the same plane as the black one that you've placed, but on the very ends.
So they're going either side of the 2 angly pieces in line with the angle pieces and the clear piece towards the outside of the car. So there
should be one underneath the. Okay, so where the square black piece is. If you then count out, you've got 1 red bobble, another red bobble, and then another red bobble, which should be the edge. And they want to go on that very last piece vertically. So they're going.
They're joining the wheel arch to the back.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Same on the other side.
And at the outside edge of the vehicle.
Yes.
Okay.
So there should be 2 spaces before you.
I'm glad I got this orange thing out because I would have been shafted otherwise. I've got no nails. Yep. Okay. I think they're in.
Okay, and then you.
So we've got like a little L of red.
Yeah, and then a little black square.
Yeah.
So then we've got 2 pieces that are red, reflective of each other. It's 1x2 with a little triangle sticking out. So they're going above the red bits that you've just placed. So on the other edge of the wheel
1x2 with a triangle sticking out. Yeah, no, I think so. It's like a 1x2 with a smooth triangle stuck onto it.
Yes.
Right.
Flat.
Yeah.
And they're going on the other bit of the wheel arch with the angles facing into the car.
Oh, we've gone wrong somewhere. So the 2 flat 1x2 plates that we've placed.
Yeah.
Are they down the length of the vehicle or across the width?
Down the length of it.
And they're at the very back.
Yeah, essentially they're in the back.
And how, in relation to that piece that I've just placed, if we...
Yeah. So if you lined up the bobbles, they would go above it. So...
No, don't say above unless it's on top of it.
Okay.
Forward of it?
Yes. It would be forward of it on the other half of the wheel arch.
I can't make it go there because of the sticky outy pieces from the other thing.
Maybe we went wrong somewhere.
Definitely feels like there's something wrong.
Okay.
So they're not going either side of the flat black smooth square?
No. They're going forward of the 2 pieces you've just placed.
I don't know what the 2 pieces I just placed were. The 2 red ones.
The 2 red ones in the bottom. In the backward corners.
Okay.
So you
forward by just 1 square? Straight next to them?
Yeah, flush to it.
I'm stuck. Should we have put some of the squares down before to raise that level up?
So the
oh, this screen's not been refreshing.
So what could we take off and look? I suppose it's a case of describe. Can you count from the back row what you've got?
So on the very top layer,
yeah,
if I remove those 2x1 reds, what I'm looking at is the back bumper and all of that assembly.
Yeah.
And then in the middle, I've got a flat black square.
Yeah.
To the right of that, there's a black square above and a red square. Sorry, there's one black corner exposed.
That's like next to, in line with the top of this.
Yeah, more towards the front of the vehicle. And then there's 3 red ones.
Yeah.
And then, having tracked out towards the outside back corner of the vehicle, I've got 3 red ones that are all on the same layer, and they're one plate thickness lower than the strange black right angle pieces that have a slightly raised bit and the 2 bobbles on the side, as you describe it.
Okay. So
and those bobbles on the side were getting in the way of me putting an angled piece on the one part of the wheel arch that's furthest forward.
Okay, well, can we assume that we've got the black flat square bit in the correct place? So to the right of that, starting from the back.
I really need to find a penalty that lets me look at the instructions occasionally.
You've got 3 red in the line. 1, 2, 3 red.
Yeah.
Then you've got black, red, red.
Yeah.
And then
I've got angle with the steep edge towards the front, red, red.
So it's sloping towards the back of the car if you're a skier.
Yes.
The forwards coming down to the back. Yeah, so you've got that piece and then 2 red.
Yeah.
And
then forward of that,
yeah,
I've got 1 black that's low down on the same level as all the rest of the bits we've been describing, but not the height of the angle piece.
Yeah.
And then it steps up by 1 plate's worth.
I feel like you should have a gap there. Or maybe it's not a gap, maybe it's the black bobbly bit that sticks out on the edge.
I'm going to look.
Is it just that bit we've not got?
Yes. This doesn't... Hang on.
Everything else looks correct there.
No. This has gone wrong. All of this stuff is too far in.
Yes.
Yeah, we went wrong ages ago. We fucked this up completely.
Does this mean this is the point that we stop and switch?
Yes. I've had enough of this. Get in the other chair. I'm going to sit there and fix this model for a bit.
I have paused the timer.
Okay.
Ooh,
you need to let me in. Thank you.
That's okay. Can we do a switch of drinks?
Yeah,
You just need to get in.
Yeah.
It's a Rachel space, not a Keir space. It's much taller than me. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera now. That's no longer my camera.
Can you pass me my drink?
Of course.
Thank you. Right. Let's take a moment to figure out what the fuck went wrong.
I can now see the little Lego man.
God, this is really fucked.
Oh dear.
We went wrong ages ago.
'Tis the trouble. Yes, looking at the pieces, there's lots of pieces that all look the same.
So you know when we put in the dark grey 2x4s?
Yeah?
They went in the wrong orientation.
No.
There was this is, you've missed out a really important brick, I think. I think this is the problem.
Oh.
There's like, oh no, hang on. Right. Let's just try and take off all.
Oh dear.
See, I'm not equipped for undoing Lego.
Did say this piece had lots of interesting pieces.
Yeah,
that would be unusual and hard to describe.
Okay, so if there are those pieces like that, that is right. Okay, that can go back there.
Of course, I'll have a slight advantage for these next few pieces because I'll have seen the instructions for these. Unless are you just fixing it?
I'm just trying to fix it at the moment.
Okay.
Oh, bugger.
Sounded like the Lego may have just exploded. I don't think we were talking. I think everything's changed, and yeah, that's what happens when you've got an expert and a diffuser doing the same job, or the same person doing the diffuser and expert job.
Okay.
Need a team.
Let's try and work out. So I don't know whether it matters that these are in the wrong orientation, but
I think I would say it does.
Well, except that it's just a square of grey.
Oh.
So
Maybe it's for what do you call it? Stability.
I don't understand why this has gone wrong, because it's just not. Nothing's quite where I expect it to be, and I don't understand why.
Well,
okay, I think I know where I am now.
I was going to say, if we've been going for nearly 2 hours and you can't work out where we went wrong, maybe let's call it a day.
Call it exploded.
Call it exploded.
Yeah, this is right. Okay.
And maybe you can join us again for us completing
No wonder
it,
your
or maybe you can watch
didn't make any sense.
Doing
we were looking at two completely different shapes.
Yeah.
Can I have the orange tool, please? Yeah, I think this was a bit of I knew this was a bit too challenging, really, but I'm not one to shirk a challenge.
Oh, I wonder if Gaz has continued following along at home through the Lego app.
Oh, he
and
could
if
have told us we'd gone wrong. He can see everything.
Oh, that was what I was going to say. I wonder if he's been shouting at the screen but not wanting to put it in the chat, because that could be considered cheating, to point out that we'd gone very wrong.
Oh, right, okay. I think I'm sort of back. Right, I need these pieces that we missed. That piece. That one.
So I'm sorry you're not getting to see
they were the pieces
it being made
that you
here.
told me to do just before we stopped, and I never did. I said, I'm going to stop.
I see.
And so we've missed those pieces out.
Tis the trouble with having a proper book of instructions. You don't get to, well, I suppose you could check off what you've done already, but yeah,
okay,
we didn't.
That looks right. Then this whole assembly goes on here and makes far more sense.
So yeah, hope everyone's doing okay at home.
Yeah, what do you reckon in the chat if anyone feels like contributing judgment as to whether we should persist or call it fucked?
So if anyone's still there and not just rolling about on the floor laughing at us for having got it so wrong, because you could see what we were doing and we couldn't.
It was quite subtly wrong, but it obviously all has to be right. Okay, this is right now. Let me double check where we're at with it. Oh, those pieces are wrong. Oh, this is all wrong. How? Okay.
I think this is call it a night, isn't it?
Well, no, they're easily changed. It's
okay.
Just the bit under the bumper was at the wrong way, and then the bit adjacent to that was on the wrong way. Right, how's that supposed to go like that? And that's supposed to go like that. Yeah, we clearly need to work on our discussion of orientation.
Yes.
But you kept on saying above when you meant forwards, which was very confusing.
Yes. That's it. Understanding other people's Lego.
Well, yeah, but this is an
terminology.
object with a front and a back and a middle and a top and a bottom. There you go. That's the back. Right, shall we... did we get a judgment from anyone? No, Gaz is just still
Not
saying.
that I can see. And
Just try and see if you can refresh that window.
I don't
Right,
know
click
how
on
to
it.
do that.
Reload.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No one's talking to us.
contributing.
So that's okay. We've not been ignoring anybody.
Okay, well, we'll persist out, at least for...
Until this timer goes.
yeah.
Is it still going?
No, I paused it while I
Okay.
fixed it. Now I'm going to resume.
Okay.
So we've got 18 minutes on the clock. So we have two 2x1 red, one left angled 2x1 with a red extra triangle in red, and the reflected piece of that. They should probably be somewhere handy anyway. And so you're putting the, you know where the 2x2s need to go really.
I don't remember.
The back two corners of the vehicle.
Oh yeah.
Travelling towards, orientated so they're along the length of the vehicle.
Remember that from the instructions.
And then the angle pieces want to have their flat edge on the outside edges of the vehicle and their angles on the inside, with the widest side towards the back.
Okay, I think I have done that.
Okay, then we want a piece that's a right angle piece, and the
When you say right angle piece, what do you mean?
I will articulate myself if you let me finish the sentence. Where there's a 2x1 in one orientation, and then a 4x1 stuck to that at a right angle to it. So with 4 bobbles out the side, as you put it.
2x1. I
Probably on
assume
your
it's
left-
flat
top
because
left
everything's
corner, it's
flat,
red.
isn't it?
It is a flat. It's a plate.
So it's 2x1.
And then a 4x1
right,
stuck to that
yeah.
at a right angle.
Yeah.
And that wants to go on the back right corner of the vehicle.
Yeah.
With the 2x1 facing in the normal orientation. And the
So
right angle
hanging
piece.
over the wheel arch?
Sort of a little bit, more over the number plate of the for the 4x1 wants to go along the back of the vehicle.
Right, okay. So it's
so the
snuggled
2x1 nestles in between the flat
black
flag
square.
and the outside of the wheel arch. And then on the back portion of that...
do you mean on the bobbly bits that stick out?
Yes. The ones that are at a right angle to normal orientation. On the very most outside one, you want to put one translucent red circle with a flat, smooth...
Is this reflective
base.
on the other side?
It will. All of this will be reflected on the other side, yes.
Yep.
And then in the next one in, you want to put a 1x1 circle piece.
What colour?
Of red. With a translucent one over the top, so it just sticks out a bit further than the other one.
Okay.
And again reflected on the left-hand side of the vehicle.
Okay. Jazzy backlights.
Let me know when you've
done.
So we want a 2x1 black piece.
Normal piece.
Just a little
Or a
2x1
flat
plate.
Flat. Okay.
And then a 2x1 red smooth top angled piece that will be receptive of a Ferrari logo sticker.
When you say angled, do you mean curved or?
No, it's flat.
Okay, a red piece. That's 2x1. It's not.
No, 1x1. Oh no, it is 2x1. Sorry, I skipped on to the next step.
Okay, it's a red piece that's flat, smooth, 2x1, and it's angled, so it's like a wedge.
Yes.
Okay, and you want 2 of those, did you say?
1.
Oh, just 1. Okay, so I've got a black
and
bit
that's
and a
going
red
on
bit.
your 2x1 black.
Okay.
and then you're sticking the Ferrari sticker on it such that the wide piece, the thickest piece of the wedge, is at the bottom edge.
And when you say the Ferrari sticker, is it a little silver horse?
Yes.
And sorry, the widest.
So it wants to be when you're looking at the sticker the right way up, it's angling up towards you. So when it's stuck on the back of the car, it's facing up towards the sky.
Okay. Do you want me to do it in case I get it wrong?
I'll just try and stick it on nice and square.
Yeah, I might stick it on upside down or something.
What?
Oh dear. I want some tweezers.
You've got them built in.
Yeah, but they're attached to my fingers. They block all my view. Okay. And is that going above the number plate?
It is.
Okay.
Then we've got a little bit more of a complicated arrangement. So there, you want two pieces that are like a 1x1 with a 1x1 stuck on at a right angle to it.
And what colour are they?
Red, sorry.
Yeah.
And then you want two that are like that other one that you've just done, but they're just one across instead. So little wedges.
And they're red as well.
And they're red as well, yes.
How many of those?
Two. And so you're going to hold the right angle pieces.
Yeah.
With the hollow bobble.
Yeah.
And then you're going to stick onto the vertical face that's the solid bobble.
Yeah.
The wedge, so its thickest piece is down. I'm doing that to both.
So it lines up with the bit that's sticking out, or so it's got a gap? So I'm attaching it to the proper Lego piece, the bit rather than the weird knobble.
That's right.
And I can either do that so it's kind of flush.
I think you want to do it the other way around. The thick end of the wedge wants to be towards the bottom, the ground, assuming that the hollow piece is up.
Okay, didn't manage to go. I think I was going to be able to take the piece off. Okay,
so there should be a little bit of an overhang.
Okay.
And then they go either side of the number plate in that orientation with the hollow pieces up. Well, that's the only way they can stick, I think. So you're attaching them onto
so there's the
bit in between the light and the number plate.
Yeah, and then there's a little bobble that sticks on the top. That things could be attached to.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Okay. So if you rotate the article so that the number plate faces sort of broadly towards the laptop and the whiteboard, filter board.
Yeah.
And then we want a whole series of smooth-topped peculiar ones. So we want two of the ones that have a curve on them, and they're on the bottom side. There's one at one height and one at a slightly different height, and they're 1x2.
Yeah, and they're curved and smooth.
Yes, that's correct. And then we want one each of the ones that are just a 1x1 with a smooth triangle stuck on it. So it's smooth topped all the way across. And there's one in one orientation and one in the opposite. So they're a similar piece.
Yes, sorry, I'm just looking for it. I can't see. Maybe it's not this piece. Okay, so I've got 2x1s that are curved and red. I've got two of those.
And they've got a little step on the bottom side.
Yeah. And then I've got a 2x1 with little triangles sticking out the side.
No, it's a 1x1 with a 1x1 triangle. So it's like a 2x1 that's had a bit cut off it.
Are they stepped as well?
It's hard to say. Yes.
And curved.
Possibly, yes. If that's
so, is it like this the same?
Exactly the same curve,
but with it's exactly the same piece, but with a bit chopped off.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I think so. And then there's two different types. And so those ones that are cut off want to go behind the pieces you've just placed with the hollow bubbles and pointing towards the front of the car with the widest portion, the longest portion of it, sorry, being to the outer of the vehicle.
So I'm attaching it on top of the little bubble bit.
No, not the just further forwards to the front of the vehicle.
So next to the black square.
Yes.
And so it's angled so that the longest bit's on the outside.
Yeah, so it's sort of pointing in towards the black square, and then the other two pieces want to just go either side of those, so it kind of matches the curve.
Okay. Oh yes, lovely smooth car.
And they should be smoothly curving down towards the front of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Great.
Although I don't think that piece is. Yeah, there we
Quite
go.
seated, right. Okay, so we're doing a load of smooth plates. We want one 1x4, two 1x2, and two of the sort of weird right angle pieces with the corner cut off. They're like an L shape.
Yeah, so they're all smooth.
Yeah.
One, whatever its size it is, 1x4, two 2x2s, and two.
And so the
Ls.
1x4 wants to go over the number plate and the logo.
Okay, on those bubbly bits.
Yeah. And then the two corners want to go on the corners. So they would be
It's like
sort of
overhanging
floating over the lights.
Yeah.
And then the two 2x1s want to go in front, facing, along the length of the vehicle.
So there's just one little little bubble left.
Of the arch stuck
Okay.
out at the end, that's correct. Okay, so you want one 1x2 black with bubbles on top, and one 1x2 smooth translucent dark grey, sort of grey translucent. And the grey translucent's going in front of the other grey translucent and should be one unit up.
Yeah.
And the black one's going in front of that in the same orientation.
Okay. And because of the angle, we mean behind.
Yeah, it's sort of travelling back towards you and to the left.
Yeah.
But towards the front of the vehicle.
Yeah.
So next pieces are a more complicated piece. They're 2x2, and there's a step up on it, and there's also right angle bubbles sticking off. Hollow ones.
Oh. 2x2 pieces. And the red.
No, black.
Black.
And they're sort of right angly, and they'll be in the top left of the tray.
Oh. Okay. Two black,
Because that's how I always
2x2s.
say.
Yeah. Okay.
And they want to go. So we've got essentially the back half of the vehicle, and then nothing's happened to the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they want to go on that block of the chassis. No. So they're right at the end of this section that we're building, facing towards the front of the vehicle. Either side, there's like there's the black bubbles that stick out the sides.
Yeah.
On the uppermost layer, and they want to go on top of
The
those.
two that they can go on top of.
But they want to have their bubbles facing forwards.
Yeah.
And so there should be a nice space to put the two either side, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, next piece is more translucent. And another 2x1 black.
Is that another 2x1 translucent?
That's correct. And they're going in more or less exactly the same orientation as the previous pair, just one step further forwards.
And the black one's smooth?
No, it's knobbly black.
It's the translucent one's going on, so
in
making
front
a
of
step.
the previous translucent one,
and
then the black one's going in front of that. And then there's two more translucent pieces, and they want to carry on that same line.
Okay.
And that should bring you back to the beginning of that end point of this block.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we want, they'll be top lefty, black stepped pieces with a smooth curved top.
And
they are like four long, 1x4.
Yeah.
And you want two of those, and they want the black and red stickers applying to them. It's like a
yeah.
angled swish. And the placement of those wants to be reflected such that the wide end of the red triangle is towards the front of the vehicle.
And which direction are the pieces facing?
Well, if you get the pieces out.
Yeah, we've got the 2 pieces, got the stickers.
The downward end of the slope. I mean, if you put the stickers on one way and one the other way, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And then we can work out which way round you want to place them.
So it doesn't matter if the wide black bit's towards the bottom of the slope or the top of the slope?
Well, one goes one way and one goes the other way.
Well, can I do a demonstration
briefly? So if on one sticker, okay, brick one.
Yeah.
Put the black edge at the bottom of the slope. Okay. The wide black edge at the bottom of the slope. Okay. And on the other one.
To the opposite.
Oh, no, I see the stickers are reflected.
Yeah.
There's 2 different stickers. Sorry. Both wide black edges go at the bottom of the slope.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's my mistake.
That's all right.
And then they want to be orientated so that the wide red edge is at the front of the vehicle and the wide black edge is at the back of the vehicle. And that should be enough information. No, it isn't, is it?
No.
They want to be.
They're going either side of the clear steps.
Either side of the clear steps.
And do you want the red on the outside or the inside?
Outside.
Okay.
So now we are looking for some red pieces that you might think of as being roof pieces. They're sort of strange, complex wedges. They're at the back end they're 2 by 1, and at the front end they're just 1 by 1, and they're about 4 long.
Yeah.
They also want a sticker.
Yeah.
Small.
Stealing all your stickers.
Small black arrow.
Okay. Yeah.
And that wants to go on. So if you've got a plane that goes down the 4 by 1 length, and then
that I don't understand.
Fine. You've got the brick.
Yeah.
Hold the brick so that it's pointing away from you.
Okay.
And
so I've got the bubbles towards me and the pointy bits.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
They want to be opposite types. The bricks, I mean. So the reflections of each other.
Yeah.
And so if you've got one of them pointing away from you, where the bobble is, down to the side, there's forwards there's one slope and there's the side slope.
Yeah.
The sticker wants to go near the bobble, on the side slope, pointing down the length of the brick.
Okay. Now it looks like from the size of the sticker and the shape of the brick, that means the black arrow is sideways.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
If the brick's just placed flat on the table, the arrow should be pointing along the length of the brick.
Yeah. And look at my point.
Yeah.
Oh, little wobble.
And then when it's placed on the model,
and it's the same on the other brick, presumably.
Yeah.
Stickers reflective.
Whatever the complementary symmetrical placement would be.
Okay.
And so as far as placement goes, they want to go stuck on the right angle sideways sticking out bits either side of the engine bay. Oh, that's our time. But I think we are doing all right. I feel like we're making reasonable progress. How long's the stream been running? Can you see that?
About 2 hours.
Okay, what time is it?
Just gone 8.
Just gone 8, so it is 2 hours.
Okay, I think
we
I'm
are
going to guess
pretty
that's
much
what
at
you
the point
mean.
at which I had planned to stop the stream. It does seem a bit of a shame to abandon it when we're making good progress, but we have. Okay, we're a couple of pages from opening bag 2, so we'll persist up until the point that we need to open bag 2, and then we'll call it a day.
That makes sense.
Not that bag 2 isn't already open, but you know.
Yeah.
So we are going for stepped 1x2 cut off, smooth topped, curved probably surface pieces.
What colour?
Red.
So it's red 1x2 curved piece.
With a cut off corner, so they're sort of pointy.
Yeah, it's one.
And
Presumably
they should be
they're
reflections of each other, yeah.
No, they're not reflections. They're not reflections. Hey, there's one.
And so they want placing, you know, you did all those smooth bits before, and there was just one bobble on the
There's
end.
been a lot of, yeah.
Right at the end of the arch.
Yeah.
They want to go on there, and they want to have their longest edge orientated towards the middle of the vehicle. So they're sort of curving, you know.
So they're kind of going round the wheel arches, or on top of the wheel arches.
Yeah, that's it, and the bottom edge hooks down.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then you want one red 1x1.
Yep.
And one black 1x4 with a little step cut out of it and a curved smooth top.
Yep.
And so the red.
Is it 4 or 3?
It might be 3.
Okay. Oh.
Oh yes, it is definitely 3. You're right. And then so the red just fits into that notch.
Yeah.
And the sticker you want is number 8. It's like a dashboard console type thing.
Oh, yes. And which way does that want to go?
So that has some a red end and a grey end. Is that right?
Yep.
And the red end wants to go down to the thin end of the wedge.
When you say the thin end of the wedge is the same thickness
curves,
all the way.
I'm not sure you've got. Well, you've got a black piece.
Yeah.
That curves and has a step.
Yeah.
The red piece is fitted in to make that a smooth, flat bottom. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And so one end is thick and tall.
Okay.
And the other end is thin.
Okay. Yeah.
Where it slopes down.
Yeah.
The red wants to go at the bottom of the slope.
Okay. Red at the bottom of the slope. Okay.
So that piece wants placing down in the well of the chassis, forward of the bit we've been working on.
Okay.
First part of the fore half of the vehicle. And so the thin end wants to go towards the back of the vehicle and the taller end towards the front, and it wants to be central.
Okay. Oh. There we go.
So you need two 2x2 full height bricks in black. 2x1 full height bricks in black.
Yep.
And then some pieces that I think of as being handle pieces. They're sort of 2x1, quite tall, triangular, and they've got like a bar supported by 2 triangles in black.
Okay. Oh, right, yes. Yep.
And so they want to go on top of each of the other pieces, and they want them placing either side of that centre console.
Yeah.
With the handles towards the engine bay, the back of the vehicle, so the higher point of the triangle.
Okay, so they're going across the back.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So they're placed across the width of the vehicle rather than down the length.
Okay. They look like headrests.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. So next is the final piece before we're due to open bag 2. So that'll be the end. Final piece of this attempt. We only had 1 minor explosion and 2 timer runs out. Don't keep talking, nobody explodes, of course. They are one and the same thing. But for the purposes of today, they are separate. So we're looking for a dark grey piece that takes the axles, and so it's a long flat piece with 2 large bits sticking up from it. It's probably in the middle of the tray towards the top left.
So it's 1, 2, 3. It's 4.
4 flat ones in the middle.
Yeah, and then axle piece, got it.
And then you want to put some of those beige cross things with the cross in the thing.
Yeah. Very interesting pieces, these. The little holes cut out.
Oh, we're supposed to dedicate a brick to you if you join in the chat, although I hadn't put that on this one. It's my convention. So, Gaz, you can have the axle pieces.
Oh, Gaz.
Having been our most active chat
brick
member.
for you. Got some extra bits today as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's us done.
Where's that going?
Oh, sorry. That's going at the front of the vehicle.
Yeah.
In the place it's
fixed.
Sensible.
Yeah.
See that? I think that's why I didn't say it. Just seemed so obvious to me.
I feel like
assumed knowledge. Okay. Well. Yeah. I think I am going to call that a day then. I won't go as far as to call it a failure, although I feel like we probably could have done. Well. Yeah. I don't know. By the rules of the game as set out in the beginning.
Don't think we passed.
Yeah, that's right.
We didn't win.
We certainly didn't win the game. I'm not sure if we had a hard fail. I think we had a few reattempts at the mission. Might be a good computer game analogy. And
a little bit of cheating.
One reload.
We're all obscure bricks, Gaz. Don't worry.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining me, Gaz. I'm up for a bit of GTA later on. Thank you for joining me too, Mum. It's been nice to send you my presents, if not have received much back. But I'm sorry to have caused you to struggle with your dieting, having to stare at a pizza. But I think maybe there is an element that yeah, a lot of that's down to you rather than the arrangement of the stuff, to be fair. But well, what's that you've said, Gaz? You should do it on a platform that springs if you fail, like, oh yeah, like Buckaroo or something. That would be good, like set the timer and everything. Although actually no, there's so much stuff spread around me, I'd end up losing bricks and that would be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, there's one thing you don't want, it's your Lego bricks going flying everywhere.
That's why I use a tray.
Yes.
So nothing rolls off the back of the desk or anything like that.
Do you want to swap places? Come back to your primary.
That's all right. I've got a camera.
Okay.
You could bring up the OBS screen because we will need that shortly.
That
is that one.
You've got very short Rachel for all your viewing.
Yes, yes. All the cameras are set up for. We forgot to reset the angles, so I've been really out of the top of my frame, and Rachel's been hanging down the bottom of hers.
You don't need more than a floating head, do you?
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Was blue with yellow piece? I remember the shapes in the hole. Sorry, Gaz is putting some things in the chat. I remember the one with the shapes in the holes. I think it was called Perfection. It was blue with yellow pieces. Oh, yes, that does ring a bell. Yes. I think it only rings a bell from having seen the adverts, presumably, around Christmas time or whatever. And there was the other one that was a face, wasn't there? You like had to do... Yeah, you had to try and build up the face before it catapulted the face off it. My cousin Hannah had that.
No.
So, thank you very much for watching, everyone. And
if you like and you're not subscribed already, why not click subscribe?
Yes.
Give us a like if you've enjoyed it and you want to see the second half. If you feel like...
Thank you for watching, everyone, and I hope you join me next time. Bye-bye.